It's the left's January 6th. It's their way of interfering with the peaceful transfer of power. It's a kind of an insurrection. It's kind of a way to, interrupt this transfer, this incoming administration. And so as much as the left in this country has talked about, not wanting to and criticizing the right and criticizing President Trump for not accepting the election and not agreeing to the peaceful handover of power, it seems they're doing the same thing now with this type of behavior, if in fact it's attributable to people on the left.
How surprised on the scale of 1 to 10 are you that this has happened, that several of Donald Trump's cabinet nominees and picks for his team have been targeted by bomb threats?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably a 5 or 6 surprised, but I'm probably an 8 or 9 surprised at how many. I think we have a dozen now of them. So the scope of it is what's really surprising to me. I mean, look, we've had, as you know, we had 2 attempts on the president's life during the campaign. So it's not surprising that this is happening to me. It's surprising to me how many of the appointees have been threatened.
And is this the way of modern politics, do you think? Is this kind of what's it to do with, do you think? Because, ultimately we had a peaceful election, a peaceful handover of power. So what do you think this is down to?
It's hard to say. I mean, during President Trump's first term, he had a lot of people in the opposing party saying that if you saw one of his cabinet position people out with their family in restaurants, that you should harass them and you should go after them. And, and that kind of crossed a line that hadn't been crossed before. Going after people when they're at a restaurant with their families hadn't been seen before. And that happened during President Trump's first term. And it was egged on by the left, by Democratic politicians, made no bones about it. There's video of people like Maxine Waters and Chuck Schumer out there saying, go and find these people. And if you see them, harass them. And so this, to me, is almost like an extension of that behavior. If this is in fact domestic terrorism, if this is in fact coming from people here in the U.S. and not international actors trying to cause chaos here, if it's in fact, U.S. people, then I see it as an extension of what was happening during his first term. And in kind of a way, it's the left's January 6th. It's their way of interfering with the peaceful transfer of power. It's a kind of an insurrection. It's kind of a way to, interrupt this transfer, this incoming administration. And so as much as the left in this country has talked about, not wanting to and criticizing the right and criticizing President Trump for not accepting the election and not agreeing to the peaceful handover of power, it seems they're doing the same thing now with this type of behavior, if in fact it's attributable to people on the left.
So not only numerous bomb threats, but also swatting incidents. Now, I had never heard of swatting incidents. I had to look it up, exactly what it is. So just explain what it is and how common these are.
Yeah, swatting is a phenomenon in the U.S. that started a few years ago, actually, and it didn't have a particularly political purpose to it. It was people harassing other people, neighbors harassing neighbors, and things like that. And what it is I call the local police department and say, I see my neighbor holding a gun to his wife's head, or some kind of immediate expedient need for police intervention, which, normally for us causes a SWAT team to come rolling out, because if you have a hostage situation or you have somebody that's truly armed very heavily, a SWAT team will show up. And so that's why it's called swatting. You literally fabricate a situation that a SWAT team will show up at an unsuspecting person's house and maybe kick in the door, maybe smash in the windows and come running in, and God knows what happened. People have been actually hurt in these swatting incidents that, they don't know it's a complete surprise to them and stuff. So swatting is something that's dangerous for the officers. It's dangerous for the people. And yeah, it's been a phenomena that we hadn't seen in the political realm. And this is the first time we're now seeing it in the political realm.
And Finally, I mean, I suppose maybe more if we're talking about bomb threats and kind of specific threats on individuals, what kind of security do they have before they actually assume their official roles?
Unfortunately, since these people haven't been sworn into official government roles, they don't have any official security. They don't have Secret Service. They don't have the security that would come along maybe with their own departments, or like the Treasury Secretary. When they're sworn in, the Treasury Department has a security detail that surrounds the Treasury Secretary. But these people are just not even appointees yet, because they've just been floated out as Trump saying, this is the person I intend to nominate once I'm in office. And he can't do that until he's officially sworn in. So these are, I mean, it's not a rumor because he's literally named these people publicly, but there's no official designation for these people. They're just selectees, appointees, but they're not even appointed yet or nominated yet until the president can take office. So therefore, they have no official protection. Many of these people are probably maybe getting protection from their local police departments now, or maybe hiring their own private security that they have to pay for.
Yeah, that seems like a bit of a gap, but what do I know? Bobby, thank you so much. That's really interesting. Thank you for your insight.
Thanks for having me.
Does that speech not call for the genocide of Jews and the elimination of Israel? When you testify that you understand that is the definition of intifada.
Everyone looks wide awake. These are the hardcore press corps.
Sideways, Gabe. You're gonna have to turn sideways. Sideways like this one.
Your tips aren't full on the swear jar.
All right, we gotta stand together, Marinette. Marinette's got us. Thank you.
I know it's.
I didn't wear heels. Thank you. Make look tall. I didn't either.
Yep.
Sorry.
Somebody's got to be the.
Yes, we are. We want to be. If we do it correctly. Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for your patience, for being here tonight. House Republicans just concluded a very productive and respectful conference meeting. Members from all across the conference shared their support for this important bill, and they shared their support for Speaker McCarthy's strong and effective leadership. This is a win for the American people and future generations. Last November, the American people sent a message strongly that they did not support the failed policies and reckless spending of single-party Democrat rule. The country entrusted House Republicans with our vision of a commitment to America to deliver results and rein in out-of-control spending, causing crippling inflation. The Fiscal Responsibility Act is a historic step to restoring fiscal sanity and holding Washington accountable.
A battle where we've been focused on ideals. We should reverse the state's ban on the safe extraction of natural gas and approve new pipeline applications.